be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. On the return, it's Jalen Marshall. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. First carry for Matt Forte. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
On second down, Forte. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with third down looming. An early test for this defense. Here we go on third and inches.
Sing on the slot. Set. Hey, I got number 80.
From the gun, it's McCown. And he finds Barnage. He's got it. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
Gary Barnage, a Pro Bowler at the age of 30. What do you have, a 1,000-yard season that year, 2014?
Yep.
Got let go by Cleveland recently after the draft. David Njoku drafted out of Miami really to take his place.
And his production last year, it wasn't awful by any means, but it had dipped down to around the 600-yard mark.
And Gary Barnage, one of the nicest guys in the league. He had just sent out a message on social media welcoming David Njoku to Cleveland, and the Browns let him go the next day.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Second down now after the pass completion.
Tight end left.
Hurry up, here we go.
Hey,
Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
When the 4-3 defense is functioning really well, you know who stays what we call clean and no one gets to him? The guy playing the middle linebacker position, the guy we call Mike. That means the defensive front is eating up all the blocks and just let him go to the football and make a play.
Double tight.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Now McCown on the bootleg. Completes it to Matt Forte. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Double tight.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
Three down.
Forte gets the handoff from McCown. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. 4 down, 4 down.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
Hey,
Here's McCown to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Yannick Ngakoue in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long.
Tight end's right.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Now McCown. And the pressure gets to him again. Avery Jones. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. On is the 2nd-year man from Sam Houston State, Lachlan Edwards, to punt it away. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Jaguars will take over at their 20-yard line. A first update now from a game going on in Cleveland, and the Bengals out to the early advantage. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL.
Ready. Green, 90. Green, 90. Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail. Safety's creeping.
Now the rookie first rounder from LSU, it's Leonard Fournette. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And Leonard Fournette impressing there with that run. It's hard to believe that no Jacksonville Jaguar has broken 1,000 yards since Maurice Jones-Drew in 2011. I think Leonard Fournette could be that guy.
Even with the ankle injury last year at LSU, still averaged 6.5 yards per carry.
And absolutely intimidated opposing defenses. A lot of guys simply didn't want to tackle him.
3 down. Here we go. Green, 90. Green, 90. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check, 56.
Again, it's Fournette. Oh, Fournette loses it. It's out, and it's scooped up by the Jets. The big fella. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Watch tight end. Ready. Green, 90. Green, 90.
On second down, here's Fournette. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Meanwhile, down in Dallas, and it's the Cowboys that have moved out to an early advantage. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Tight end right. 3 down. Ready. Green 90. Green 90. 56. Left. 56.
Play clock winding down. Throwing his Bortles on third down. And that's complete to Lewis. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Blitz. Woo! Yeah, baby. Yeah. Ready. Green 39. Green 39.
On first down, Bortles. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
I love it. A scout told me that with his running style, this guy's always the hammer, never the nail, but also has the ability to break it off big, too.
I was on the field for a game he had last year at LSU, and there were some college boys warming up, and then Leonard Fournette walked in. He is a man.
Full grown.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down.
Hey, watch left. They're not ready for this. Here we go. Green.
Time running out here on the play clock. Snap comes at 1, and it's Bortles. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be second down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Strong right. Here we go. Green 39.
Bortles on the give to Fournette. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17.
But there's a reason he was the first running back taken. You saw the ability there, the ability to be physical and get downhill. And how about him breaking off a nice gain there?
There's some Adrian Peterson comparisons out there now. That's high praise. Do you think that they're warranted?
Running style, very similar.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs.
4 down. Alert. Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Right there, 56.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Bortles now on first down. Lee's got it over the middle. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
When you surrender 24 turnovers in a season, 16 interceptions, 8 fumbles lost, Blake Bortles, You do hire a quarterback guru to try and get you right, don't you?
And that's what he did. Has to limit those turnover numbers, doesn't he?
He has a defense that's ready to play right now. He needs to help them by taking care of the ball.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8.
Tight end right, tight end right. Ready, green 39. Green 39.
Shotgun now for Bortles. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. The 40, the 30, 10, and it's a touchdown for the Jets. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction. Excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Back here with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We've had the kickoff to begin the first quarter. Now it's time for the second quarter kickoff as they take over here 1st and 10. Bortles to try again after the pick six. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
So I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick six on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and say, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
2nd down now after the incompletion.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Hey, boys, we got four. Ready. Green, 90. Green, 90. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check, 56. Black, 58, rail. Black, 58, rail. Black, 58, rail.
Fournette on the counter. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down.
89. Watch 89. Here we go now. Green, 39. Green, 39. Single receiver. Slow.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. Toward the sideline, did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
90. Green 90. 3 down, 3 down.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, second down. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Yeah, and how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
From the gun, it's Bortles. And Robinson with a big catch. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. First down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. You got 4. Here we go. Blue 45. Blue black 58 rail. Black 58 rail. Ace. Here we go. Blue 45. Blue.
On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. Meanwhile, down in Dallas, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. And it's good to make it 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. A reminder, later tonight, the Colts, they'll be in Seattle to take on the Seahawks. And then Monday night, it's the Redskins getting a second straight night game as they'll head down to Arrowhead to take on KC. We're in October already. Can you believe it?
No, I can't. This one's moving fast.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right. Even. 4 down. Ready.
The play clock's running down. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down.
Man left. Hey, 4 down. Ready. Green 39. Green 39. 56.
Bortles to throw on second down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Marquise Lee, the intended target. And that takes us from second to third down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Absolutely. Very well could have been a third interception in half number 1. An NFL update. They're in the second quarter in Baltimore. And the Steelers there out to an early lead. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. The Jaguars on third down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Bortles now to throw. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. 23 yards on the play.
Watch 8-9, watch 8-9, it's yours. Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
From midfield, here's Bortles. And he slings one that's incomplete. The running back, Leonard Fournette, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10.
3 down, 3 down. Here we go. Blue 45. Blue 45. 56, Mike 56.
Now Bortles again. And his throw is incomplete.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. The Jaguars on third down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
4 down, 4 Here we go. Blue 45. Blue 45. 56. Mike, 56, right there, right there. Ace, 56. Ace. You hold this. Alert 3, left, left.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It's a gain of 7, and that's going to make it 4th down. Brad Nortman, in his 6th year in the league, on to punt it away. Back deep for the Jets, Jalen Marshall. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Second quarter in Cleveland. You saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
They start on the ground with Forte. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far. And after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going. And really, the offensive line not helping him much. Second down, here's McCown. He hits Jermaine Kearse. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Watch the run.
On first down, McCown. Caught, left side, it's Barnage. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Around the NFL, second quarter in Atlanta. And the Falcons have opened up the lead there to a couple of scores. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Mike 51.
They'll give it up to Forte. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. Could be some contact going on.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
All right, here we go. 319. 319.
From midfield, here's McCown. And Barnage has it on the right side. A 3-yard gain and enough for the first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
On first down, this is Forte. And he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Two times.
All right, here we go. 319. No. Check. Patriot. Over.
Now a run. This is Bilal Powell. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Bilal Powell, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. Around the NFL, second quarter in Atlanta. And really pouring it on now are the Falcons. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Captain Zero out now as he'll kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
They begin with a run by Fournette. Despite a little power on the move, still tackled shy of the 20. It'll be a gain of 2, and speaking of 2s, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this short timeout. second down following the run.
Strong right, strong right, strong right. Hey, here we go now. Blue 45, blue 45.
A fake to Fournette. Now it's Bortles to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
Fresh set of downs here.
Watch tight end, watch tight end. Tight right, tight right. Here we go. Green 39. Green 39. But we got to stand up over there.
Bortles. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Not that we necessarily see this as being in the cards, but worth noting that 21 points would equal their franchise record for largest deficit overcome. Certainly plenty of work to do between now and then. Bortles now on first down. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12.
We got 4.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
51's the mic. 51's the mic.
McCown going to hand this one off to Powell. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
I can never stump you on stats, but go ahead and let the people know. Who was second in the NFL in 2016 in yards per carry?
It was that man, Bilal Powell, right at 5.5.
He may have had to share some carries in the backfield with Matt Forte, but boy, he took advantage of his touches.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Green 39. Green 39.
Here I come.
To throw is McCown. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here.
Hey, we got tight right, tight right. Out.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now the gun. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. See if they stay on the ground for second down.
Watch tight, watch tight. Tight end right, tight end right.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Again they run. Again it's Forte. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain. And it's 3rd and 2 now. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. The Jets on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll try and get it with Forte. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He needed 2. He got 1. And that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
And Catanzaro's kick is right through. So we've hit halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the home team, the Jets, leading this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Larry. And an update from up in Foxborough. And it's the Panthers there out to the early advantage. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Jaguars now as he'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Now Leonard Fournette. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Four yards remaining now on 2nd down.
Tight end left, tight end left. Ready. Blue 45. Blue 45. Zing, 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 zing.
Play clock winding down. On 2nd down, here's Bortles. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
tight end's right. Watch tight end. 4 down.
Hurry up, here we go.
Check.
3-19.
51's Mike. Mike's 51.
The first carry for Elijah McGuire. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 6.
All right, here we go.
Hey. 4 down.
They go again with McGuire. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
90. Green 90. Watch number 5.
Trying to get the run game going. This is Fournette. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Now it's 2nd and 7.
Man left. Hey. Green 39.
Here's a give to Fournette. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Checking things elsewhere. 3rd quarter now from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
4 down. Here we go. Check. Green 90.
Throwing on 1st down is Bortles. And that'll be incomplete. He was looking for James O'Shaughnessy as tight end. And it's 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. 2nd down here after the incomplete pass.
4 down. Here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Mike's 54.
To throw is Bortles. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Throwing his Bortles on third down. And he is going to be hit and taken down. Bortles sacked. Mike Pennell able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play. And it'll be fourth down. Here's Brad Nortman now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Pulled in at the 24. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Around the NFL, they've gone to the 3rd in Cleveland. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. They'll run with McGuire. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
For so many years, I was convinced it was a myth, you know, because you always hear about the smaller running back. Oh, he gets lost, you can't find him, and sometimes that's part of his genius. But it's true. You get behind big offensive linemen, the defensive line guys trying to find him, trying to peek around people to see him, and he gets lost. But this guy gets lost in a good way for his offense, picking up big yardage.
Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51.
Now McGuire. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. So they ran against the 4-6 defense. Not only did they run against it, they tried to run it right up the gut.
And that's really not a great place to go when you're running against what is commonly known as the Bear defense, made popular by those great Chicago Bears teams. No place to go right in the middle of that.
Watch tight end.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
McCown throwing on second. Sets up the screen to Forte. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's third down.
They could not be more opposite in build. But coming into 2017, Matt Forte pretty much neck and neck with Darren Sproles for most receptions by a running back.
Yeah, both guys just over 500 into the year. Checking things elsewhere, third quarter now from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. To throw, it's McCown. And he's got a noon one. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one goes for 29 yards on third down.
Tight end left. Tight end left. Hey, 4 down. 4 down.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
On the draw, McCown leaves it to Forte. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and end of the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
Hey, we got tight left. Tight left. Tight ends left. 4 down.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They stay on the ground. Forte again. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. The Jets on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Set. 3-19. 3-19.
This is the running back, Powell. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. A check of the scoreboard there in the 3rd and Baltimore. And it's the Ravens that have moved out in front. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Now after the made field goal, Catanzaro to boot this one away on the kickoff. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
Fournette running right. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Six yards to go here on 2nd down.
Tight end right. Tight end right. 3 down. 3 down. Ready. Blue 45. Blue 45.
Now Bortles. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Muhammad Wilkerson. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags. Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout called. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags.
Strong right. Strong right. Strong right. Ready. Green 90. Green 90. Hey. 4 down. 4 down. 4 down. Z.
Shotgun now for Bortles. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Dwight Lowry. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Around the NFL, they've gone to the 3rd in Cleveland. You saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together.
Single, here we go now. Green 90. Green 90. Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail.
Now a play fake. Bortles. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Morris Claiborne. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard. And they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Here we go now. Blue line.
Powell. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight right. Tight right.
Now let's
go.
4 down. Alert.
Another run, this time Forte. Shedding through the defense. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
Hey, we got 4 down.
On 3rd down, it's Powell. And a short gain here down to the 22. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
And, partner, when you run the ball on 3rd and 2, you're telling the whole world you've got nothing but confidence in your offensive line and your runner, and you expect to get it. But they were stuffed on that play, only got 1 yard. Great job by the defensive front, the linebackers, everyone got involved to force a 4th down.
And Catanzaro's kick is right through, and they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here, and sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run.
We got three down. Here we go. Green, 39.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Double tight. Hey, guys, check me out. Here we go now. Blue 45.
On the give, it's the fullback, Bahena. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set.
Watch tight. Tight end right. Here we go. Blue 45.
A handoff to Fournette, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Ready. Green 90. Green 90. 3 down.
Now they'll throw it. Bortles. They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Darren Lee leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some.
Black 58 rail.
On 3rd and long, it's Bortles. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 45. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
It's already 2nd and 12. The defense hoping to push them back more.
Right. Watch tight end. Hey, boys, we got four down.
Green 39. Green 39.
Mike 51.
They'll run again. Again, it's Powell. They find some open field here. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They have gone to the 4th quarter, by the way, in that game in Cleveland. And that is now a 2-touchdown lead for the Browns in that game. If they hang on, that would up their win total to 5 on the season so far.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
We got 4.
Blue 90.
Here's McGuire. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
2nd down, 9 yards to go.
Man left, man left. Even.
Set. 319. 319.
Go, Mike 51, Mike 51. Hey, let's calm down.
Forte gets the handoff from McCown. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 7.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
51's the mic. 51's the mic.
They run with Powell. Room here to run. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. In the red zone this time.
Double tight, double tight.
Hurry up, here we go.
Four down.
Blue 90. Blue
51's the mic, boys. 51.
They go again with Powell. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
2nd down following the run.
Got double tight. Double tight.
Here we go now. 319.
Check.
319.
On the carry, this is McGuire. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down.
Now, I can't imagine any celebrations being any bigger than your first NFL touchdown. And this rookie running back is still seeking his. He's not going to get it on that play.
Meanwhile, in Foxborough, they're in the 4th quarter. The Pats have moved back in front. That's a game that has been back and forth all afternoon. A win would be their 2nd on the young season. On 3rd down, that's McGuire. He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. So out comes the field goal team once more. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or 2 shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
Now after the made field goal, Catanzaro to boot this one away on the kickoff. To return it is Corey Grant. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together. and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Green 90. Green 90.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Here we go now. Blue 45. Blue 45. Single.
Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 28. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And
fighting to get back to the goal line. I don't think he got there. He did not. Did not get back there. It's a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, start the bus, because they think this one is over.
Now this is fielded in the end zone. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages.
Double tight. Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
51's Mike. Mike's 51. Yo.
Knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Around the NFL, fourth quarter right now in Atlanta. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. If they hang on, that would up their win total to 5 on the season so far.
Hey, we got 3 down.
All right, here we go. Green 39.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into